You guys remember the time when Sebastian Rivera became the only wrestler to beat Spencer Lee twice? Now, these two do have a little bit of history with each other. The first time they would face off was on February 4th in 2018 when Northwestern took on Iowa in the dual meet. And Spencer was actually up 6-0 against Sebastian Rivera. However, he became very inactive in the third period, gave up a stall call, and Sebastian Rivera was able to pick up a pair of takedowns against him. However, it wasn't enough, and Spencer would still get the victory over Sebastian Rivera 7-4. The second time was in the Big Ten Consolation Semifinals, and Spencer would win 12-0. It wasn't even close. That was in both their freshman years in 2018, and we all know that Spencer Lee would go on to become a true freshman national champ that year. Now, the following season was different for Rivera. He actually started off undefeated and was number 2 in the country as well, and won the Cliff King Las Vegas Invitational. And him and Spencer would actually meet again in the Midlands Finals, and it was a completely different Rivera.
Finals, Spencer Lee in the black for Iowa. Sebastian Rivera. Rivera's going to try to shelf it here. We'll see if he can. Nothing doing so far. Probably going to see a stalemate here. Now in deep. No, up to his feet now. Sebastian Rivera's going to try to bring him back in bounds. Takes him down. There. Does he get the finish? Looks like 2. Takedown for Sebastian Rivera. Club and collar. And there goes the other way. Looking head wheel finish. He's in good position. There's a takedown. Wow. Sebastian Rivera up 4-1 against Spencer Lee. Throws in a leg. Holy cow. Sebastian Rivera.
We got to the 4-2 score.
Great. Now in on a single leg again. Can he get a finish here? This would be huge at this point in the match. Looking for it. Nice whizzer by Spencer Lee in a seatbelt position. 5 seconds to go. And we're going to go 4-2. Oh, as he slips that boot in, short time, they threw up 2. What's going to be the call?
They give him the 2.
Haggerty threw up 2. We'll see if there's a challenge. Could be 6-2 going into the third.
As you saw, this was a completely dominating match for Rivera, and he would end up getting 3 takedowns against Spencer. Third period, Spencer chose top, trying to finesse some back points, but he just couldn't turn them. And Sebastian Rivera would get a win over Spencer 7-3. And he was now the new number 1 ranked wrestler at 125. Now, a couple weeks later, it was supposed to be a big rematch for Sebastian and Spencer as Iowa was visiting Northwestern for a dual meet. However, Spencer, he apparently didn't even weigh in at the duel, and he wouldn't compete. He would forfeit the match, and apparently it was a coach's decision that this would be happening, which is pretty weird in my opinion, but anyway, Sebastian Rivera would face the backup wrestler, Perez, and Perez did put up a really good fight up until the third period. I guess he gassed out, and Sebastian would just get near-fall points against him, and he would end up winning that match by major decision, 11-1. Now, fast forward into the postseason, and the big rematch ended up happening, number 1 versus number 2, and this match was a lot closer. Now, in the second period, Spencer would have a 3-0 lead against Sebastian Rivera. He would score an escape and a takedown. And in the third period, he would ride him out for a little bit, enough to get riding time well over a minute. Sebastian Rivera was able to escape, making the score 4-1. Then the score became 4-2 after Spencer got called for hands to the face, which got called a lot back in 2019. And then with less than 20 seconds left, Sebastian Rivera was able to score a takedown, which tied up the match 4-4, and it sent it into overtime.
Plenty of time for both of these guys to score. Shot there by Lee. He's got his head out. Wrinkle in the back of the neck. Good job by Rivera. Coming back to a double. He gets it.
In overtime, Sebastian Rivera would score a takedown off of a very nice reshot, and he would get his second win over Spencer, as well as his first Big Ten title, and he basically secured the number 1 ranking at 125 pounds. Unfortunately for Sebastian Rivera, he would go on to lose in the semifinals at the NCAA tournament to Jack Mueller of Virginia. And Jack's keys to victory was basically just his top game. He had over 5 minutes of riding time, which is really impressive. But yeah, Sebastian lost and was later able to battle back to take third place, while Spencer Lee was able to win his second national title. But props to Sebastian Rivera, one of the best to never win a national title. He really made a huge jump from freshman year to sophomore year, and had he not lost to Jack Mueller, he definitely would have been an NCAA champ in 2019, I have no doubt.